Homer fell asleep at the wheel while driving. In his dream, the road was filled with people who had all drifted off to sleep. He had already crossed into the land of slumber, where the road's end gave way to a bed carried aloft by angels, and on that bed, Homer slept soundly. Meanwhile, in reality, he somehow drowsily managed to drive himself home. Getting out of the car, he was even struck by a falling tool without fully registering it. The moment he lay down in bed, his alarm went off. He hadn't had a full night's sleep in days.
Yellow.
A few days earlier, Homer had received a call from Lisa. She urgently needed a new saxophone reed. Homer quickly jotted down what she needed on the sole of his shoe and hurried to the music store, only to find it didn't close until 7. With 5 minutes to spare, he decided to pop into the bar for a quick drink. By the time he finished, there were 15 seconds left. But when he stepped out of the bar, the music store was already closed. Homer pleaded with the store owner to let him in, but the owner flatly refused. It was only after Moe intervened that the owner finally agreed to open up. He asked Homer what he needed. Homer looked at the bottom of his shoe and told the owner he needed a size 412 reed.
And what instrument does she play?
Followed the owner into the store, but by then, it was already Lisa's turn to perform. Without a proper reed, Lisa's saxophone produced a sound so grating that the audience squirmed in discomfort. Some even mocked her openly. Homer rushed as fast as he could and finally made it to the school, but it was too late. Lisa's disastrous performance had already been cut short by Principal Skinner. To make it up to Lisa, Homer bought her an ice cream mountain, but Lisa took only a tiny bite and pushed it away. Homer apologized to her sincerely. He knew it couldn't undo what had happened, but he hoped she could find it in her heart to truly forgive him. The truth was, Homer had always been absent from Lisa's life, even when she was little. No wonder she wasn't ready to forgive him. Determined to win her back, Homer spent every day by Lisa's side, blow-drying her hair, pushing her on the swings. But Lisa still refused to speak to him, just as Homer was about to give up. It struck him he could buy Lisa her favorite pony. The very next day, Homer went to a farm to buy one, but the horses there cost $500,000 each, and even the cheapest was $5,000. Homer couldn't afford it, so he borrowed $5,000 from Mr. Burns and bought the pony. Lisa was overjoyed at the sight of it, and immediately forgave Homer. What Homer hadn't accounted for was how expensive it was to keep a pony. The household bills quickly piled up into a mountain, and the family had to cut out some of their luxuries. But Homer refused to give up the pony if it meant keeping Lisa's love, which meant he had to find another job.
Do you have any jewelry you don't need anymore?
That same day, Homer noticed that Apu's convenience store was hiring. From then on, Homer worked at the nuclear plant during the day and at Apu's store through the night. His overnight absences from home raised Marge's suspicions. Not wanting the kids to find out, Homer pulled Marge aside and told her the truth about working 2 jobs. The relentless schedule wore Homer down completely. He fell asleep on the job again, so deeply that he didn't even notice when his head got caught in a door. His eyes were now laced with red veins from exhaustion. He barely made it out the front door before falling asleep in the car. Marge tried to wake him but couldn't. Left with no choice, she told the kids what was going on. Lisa, ever the perceptive and thoughtful child, saw how hard Homer was pushing himself every single day and immediately sold a pony. She then found Homer and told him he didn't need to keep working the second job anymore. Homer was stunned and deeply moved when he realized Lisa had given up the pony for him. He quit the convenience store job on the spot.